So I'm live right now. What's going on? Kingsley Cross at Kingslow Fitness. I'm trying to think of I guess some background beat and shit in my ears right now. I got this one beat. Give me a second. So I got this one beat in the background of my ears and shit, but gotta switch up the frequency just a little bit. And I got the speakers on, so I got the headphones on for one device, but not for the next. There's one. Let me see here. Beat maker joint. Yeah, another session right there. This is different. Not this one right here, not this one. Next. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same one. Front yard, yeah, in the front, in the front. Let's see, go back or go forward. Trying to get a beat right now. I'm live, I'm yapping, nothing to say. I ain't got no beat, I ain't got my book. I got nothing right now. I got nothing right now. I got nothing right now. Alright, this beat is kind of lit. Let's see if we can go back a bit. 2021, March 18th, that's the new beat. That was the beat that I went through back then, in the sense of going through the beat maker 3 in that process of the iPad on the professional version, in that perspective, going through the process in the session. Go back within the session to the order banks samples or the plugins. Go to edit. 21 March 18th, the new beat. But that was then. This is now to 2022 on the August 31st. Now the August 30th, in that perspective, see the lights in the foreground further in. That's the lights from the bus in that perspective. Once in the blue, the bus is on the block. In the practical terms, in that perspective, going through the that. Now, when I'm reading my books, I go through a certain level. It's not a problem as I flow with the book in that perspective. Going through the Kindle on the perspective, hidden power, how to unleash the power of your subconscious mind, more ways you look. You can't use the hidden power of your subconscious mind to your own advantage. Let me just briefly mention a few more of the ways you can use the hidden power of your subconscious mind to your own advantage. You can use it to improve your personal relationships with others, not only your own family, your spouse, and your children, but also your friends, your neighbors, and your business associates. You may not be a professional golfer, bowler, tennis player, or musician, but I am sure you would like to improve your golf score, your bowling average, beat it up, become a better tennis player or pianist than you already are. In the last chapter, I will show you how you can use the hidden power of your subconscious mind to develop your natural abilities to the maximum, and finally, in that same chapter, you learn how to use it, enthusiasm and perseverance to the hilt to get the best results possible from your subconscious mind. How can you achieve serenity and peace of mind when you are operating on inner guidance from your subconscious mind, and you no longer have to guess about making the right decision or doing the right thing? You will gain serenity and peace of mind that cannot be measured up. You cannot imagine possible until it actually happens to you. That time will come when you faithfully practice practice the principles and the techniques that you will learn throughout this entire book. Everything will seem to work out naturally for you the way it should without any extra effort or push on your part. Mistakes will become fewer and fewer when this happens. When that happens, you'll be able to relax and let your subconscious mind do all the hard work for you. Life will take on a new zest and meaning instead of just existing on merely getting by. You can really start living a life forever free anxiety, fear, and worry. A life that is filled with abundant joy and happiness. This chapter represents only a partial preview of what the hidden power of your subconscious mind can do for you and the marvelous benefits that can be yours when you learn how to use it properly. So without further delay, let us get right into chapter 2 where it's outlook. Well, I'll show you how to make the first step, and that is how to communicate with your subconscious mind. Set it up. How to communicate with your subconscious mind. You can't communicate with your subconscious mind by feeding information into it just as you would do with the man-made computer. For instance, if something has been bothering you and you haven't been able to come up with the right solution to your problem, then you should turn it over to your subconscious mind to solve for you. Of course, you must allow time for your subconscious mind to absorb and edit and assimilate all the information you've given it to it but about your problem. Then you simply wait for the right answer to come to you, as it most certainly will if you are patient enough. I must point out that to you that you cannot force the answer. The more you try to force your subconscious mind, the more stubborn it will become. You must relax, and allow it to work without pressure or outside interference from your the conscious mind, your conscious. Sort of, for example, I'm sure you've had something like this happen to you before. You try hard to think of someone's name, but the harder you try, the more elusive that name becomes. And finally, in disgust, you give up the struggle, forget about it, sit back, relax, and end it up and think about something else entirely. And then, as if out of the blue, the name suddenly pops up in your subconscious mind. That's the way your subconscious mind works for you. It cannot be forced, nor does it work on the same schedule as your conscious mind. It works only on its own schedule and its own timetable. But the important point is that it gives the proper amount of time. It will always work. The relationship between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind can best be illustrated for you by this simple example. Suppose, for instance, your son has a broken toy. He brings it to you confident that you can fix it for him. He tells you he has tried to fix it himself, but he cannot, and he wants you to help him. So you take the broken toy and begin work on it. Now, obviously, you could do the repairs more quickly and easily if you were left alone to do so without any other interference. But your son, instead of watching quietly or going off to play with something else, stands by offering you meaningless advice on how to do the job. Perhaps even reaches on in trying to help, but only hinders your work. In the end, he may even grab his toy back from you, saying he can see you can't fix it after all. And so the broken toy never does get repaired. This same thing can happen to you if you don't turn your problem over to your subconscious mind with complete confidence that it can do the job for you to do it up. The point is you must learn to trust the creativity of your subconscious mind to do its working, and not jam it by becoming anxious or concerned as to whether it will or will not work for you. You cannot force your subconscious. There goes another bus. What's up with these buses right there? We got the buses going from right to left, up and down, block. Now we stop. That was a different bus right there. That wasn't the practice bus. That was one of those luxury, so-called luxury buses that takes you to Manhattan right there. The same thing can happen to you if you don't turn your problem over to your subconscious mind with complete confidence that it can do the job for you. The point is, you must learn to trust the creativity of your subconscious mind to do its work and not jam it by becoming anxious or concerned as to whether it will build up it will or will not work for you. You cannot force your subconscious mind to do its job by exerting effort on that part, on the part of your conscious mind. The only inhibits and jams the automatic creative mechanism. You must relax and let your subconscious mind work for you rather than trying to force it to work by using willpower. The fantastic benefits you gain when you know how to communicate with your subconscious mind. One, your subconscious mind will solve problems for you that seems completely insoluble to your conscious mind. Two, fresh new ideas and original ways of doing things will come to you from your subconscious mind that you never dreamed before. You learn to operate successfully using hunches and intuition as your guidance in difficult situations. Four, you'll be more relaxed, confident, and at ease in your work, your social relationships, your entire life. Five, you'll be able to attain your goals of love and respect from others, fame, fortune, power, and vibrant good health. When you learn to communicate with your subconscious mind and then follow the guidance it gives you, the techniques you can use to gain these benefits. How can you use your conscious mind to solve the problems? Not every problem you encounter has to be turned over to your subconscious mind to solve. Many problems can be handled by your conscious mind simply by using the information and past experiences that are recorded and stored in the memory banks of your subconscious mind. So first let me give you a conscious little 6-step problem technique you can use to get the answer from your conscious mind. One, identify your exact problem. Determine exactly what your problem is and precisely how it is causing you trouble. Two, determine the exact cause of your problem. You will want to know why and how your problem arose so you can correct the cause, not just treat its symptoms. So dig up all the facts that bear on your problem. The more you know about its cause, the better the position you'll be in to solve it. Three, determine all the possible solutions after you have found the basic cause of your problem. Then consider all the possible solutions for it. Don't rule out a situation on first examination, even if it later proves to be unusable. Even if it later proves to be unusable, a tentative solution may contain ideas of value for the future. The more possible solutions you consider, the better your final one is likely to be. 4. Evaluate the possible solutions. When you've gathered together all the possible solutions, then compare one with the other. Don't let your personal preferences or prejudices influence you when you're evaluating suggestions from others. For instance, don't reject Brown's idea because he has bad breath, or Smith's suggestion because he's such a sloppy dresser. Remember, too, if you jump to conclusions, you can often create a more serious problem than the ones you're trying to solve. 5. Pick the best solution with your conscious mind. A point well worth mentioning here, for it is often overlooked even by the most experienced people in the problem solving or decision making, is that your solution can be a combination of two or more of the possible solutions you've considered. For instance, you might take the part of black suggestion, part of whites, and come up with the great solution that would solve the problem perfectly for you. 6-8. put your solution into effect. Take the necessary action. This is the last step in this problem solving process that is used by your conscious mind. It is often the biggest obstacle of all because of fear, but don't waver with indecision now. The hard work is over. If you are sure your solution is correct, step out with confidence and put it into effect. Take the necessary action to solve your problem. In some cases, the 6-step problem solving technique I've just given you is all you need to use. In other words, you'll be able to solve your problems with your conscious mind, with your conscious mind, even though you will be using the expression, the experiences, and probably previously recorded information that you have stored in your subconscious mind. In your subconscious mind. How's your subconscious mind can solve your problems for you? Now let's say you've taken the first 5 steps in the problem solving technique. You've identified your exact problem. You've determined its specific cause. You figured out all the possible solutions. You've evaluated all the possible solutions. You may even have tentatively picked the best solution with your conscious thinking mind. However, you are still hesitant to take the 6th step, that is putting your solutions into effect for one of several reasons. Perhaps you can't make up your mind between 2 possible solutions. Perhaps you want to get confirmation on your tentative decisions, or maybe you don't have the slightest idea of what to do about your problem. If any of these solutions do exist, then you are in no position to put your solutions into effect or take the necessary action as I showed you how to do it in step 6A of the problem solving techniques. For a completely different 6 steps, it is in order, and here is what it is. What it up 6B, turn everything over to your subconscious mind to solve your problem for you. And relax and forget all about it. The right answer to your problem will be given to you as a hunch or a flash of intuition or inspiration. For the method or the method work, will this method work? It most certainly will. The chief of reason. Now the large and well-known electrical manufacturing corporation told me that nearly all the discoveries in their research laboratories came as hunches or flashes of thinking, brainstorming, and fact gathering. When the famous and prolific inventor Thomas A. Edison was baffled by the same problem, he would cast it out to his conscious mind, turn everything over to his subconscious mind, lie down later, take a short nap, and then move over it up, and more often than not awake with the answer he needed to solve his problem. It is important that you have complete confidence in the hidden power of your subconscious mind to do the job for you. Not only should you tell your subconscious mind what you want, but also exactly what you expect from it. However, do not tell it how to solve your problem for you. You must leave that up to your subconscious mind to do. If you will simply relax and not interfere, it will do the required work for you. 7. When you receive the answer from your subconscious mind, act upon the instructions you receive when you get the answer to the problem from your subconscious mind. And you most certainly will, when you learn to relax and let it do the work for you. Then put the solution you have been given into effect immediately. Don't hesitate. Go ahead and solve your problem now that you know it's correct. It's correct solution. How will the answer come to you? Most people receive the instructions or the guidance in terms of feeling what ought to be done. Remember that your conscious mind thinks. It uses logic and deductive reasoning, but your subconscious mind feels to get its answers. But your subconscious mind feels to get its answers. get its answers. So you will usually receive your instructions as hunches or intuition or flashes of inspiration. Many people have told me that when they receive guidance from their subconscious minds, they know that God and guidance is right. For they feel a mighty reassurance come upon them from a source outside of themselves. Whether or not such a mighty reassurance comes to you, you will feel compelled to do things a certain way. Even though or sometimes such actions may seem completely ridiculous to you, your instructions may defy logic and reason. But unless they are obviously harmful, but unless they are harmful, but unless your instructions may defy logic and reason, but unless they are obviously harmful to you or to someone else, you should follow your hunches or your intuition to the letter. That is the way your subconscious mind will give you the solution to your problem. For example, in the ninth chapter of John, we read that Jesus spread a mud paste over a blind man's eye and then told him to go and wash it off in the pool of Siloam. If he wanted to be cured, now such an order sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I'm sure it sounded ridiculous to the blind man too, but nevertheless he did as he was told. And the scripture says he went his way therefore and washed it up and washed and came seeing. Had he not done as he was told to do, he would have still been blind. This is the same sort of obedience you should give you to your subconscious mind if you want to get results from it. I cannot tell you how long your subconscious mind will simmer away, but sooner or later the idea, the answer you have been waiting for will bubble to the top. And when it does, it usually surfaces with the spread of a hooked salmon. So you must be ready for it no matter what you are doing, shaving, eating, driving the car, working, reading, or watching television. You must be ready to write the answer down the moment the message comes to you. It will never come again as clearly as it does the first time. In fact, in most cases, it will never come again. Your subconscious mind can be very stubborn. It figures once is enough, take it or leave it. When the idea does come, write down enough of it so it will be as clear and understandable to a month or a year later as it is at this moment of time. I didn't always do that. Today I have some cards in my files that have only one or two words written on them. I was so sure that I would never forget my code when I wrote the message down. But I've had some of those cards for years now, and I still don't know what they mean. Ended up an example of how your answer might come to you. And so we're live right there. I see myself lit from the screen, and it's not pitch black, but this is what it is. It's not pitch black, but it is what it is. An example of how I'm listening to my beats in my ears and whatever. This how it goes in that perspective right there, whatever. Alright, so it took a famous and well-known writer of non-fiction books a long time to develop his present successful style and format. That's a writer's perspective. I was having trouble using examples to illustrate my point in my first book, he told me. The publisher had pointed out that I needed lots of examples and case histories to add authenticity to my writing and prove my points. My editor said that this came easy for him, for some writers, but hard for others, I guess. But I was a slow learner. But first I just couldn't seem to get a handle on it. I thought about it for a long time, and then I finally gave up and turned it over to my subconscious mind. as you had suggested, to get my answer. It took me several days, but I can't remember distinctly when I got my answer and exactly how it came to me. I was driving west on Sunshine Avenue, and I was just across from the Holiday bowling lanes when a thought came to me as clearly as if a voice had spoken out loud. You do it this way. The thought that came to me, and then just as if I were reading a printed page right out of a book, I saw the format for using examples and case histories as clear as crystal. That was 15 books ago, and I have used the same style successfully ever since. Let me summarize this procedure for you now, before going on to the next subject. 1. Identify exact problem. 2. Identify the precise cause of your problem. 3. Figure out all the possible solutions. 4. Evaluate the possible solutions. 5. Pick the best solution with your thinking conscious mind. If these 5 steps of solving problem go to step 6, if they do not, then go to step 6H, or up 6B, and then on to step 7. So for instance, 6A, put your solution into effect. Take the necessary action. 6B, turn all the information over to your subconscious mind so it can solve your problem for you. 7, when you receive the answer from your subconscious mind, act immediately upon the instructions that you receive. This procedure I've just outlined for communicating with your subconscious mind is often more quickly grasped by a woman than by a man. You see a woman has an intuitive or instinctive sixth sense to help her guide her actions. Not only that, a woman can anticipate a problem coming as easily as a man might smell a skunk. This intuitive sixth sense is the guidance a woman receives from her subconscious mind, even if she doesn't realize where it's really coming from. How your subconscious mind can show you a better way of doing things. Your subconscious mind can't. Look, let me see what next beat in my ears. And next beat in my ears and that sense altogether, that perspective, going back. Take it back to number 1 right there, first one. So number 1. Let's see number 2. 3. See on that green right there. See what happens on that mix right there. There we go. Isn't it? See how far this goes. Kingsville Fitness on a 90.00. Beats per minute, 9.5 or 2 times, or the tap in that perspective, going through the process of the signature. It's 4x4. Global swing is on. The swing ratio was 0%. The swing sing is 1/8. Now let's get back to this book in that perspective. How it summed it up. This procedure I've just outlined for communicating with your subconscious mind is often more quickly grasped by a woman than by a man. You see, a woman has an intuitive or instinctive sixth sense to help her guide her actions. Not only that, a woman can't anticipate a problem coming as easily as a man might smell a skunk. This intuitive sixth sense is the guidance a woman receives from her subconscious mind, even if she doesn't realize where it's really coming from. How your subconscious mind can show you a better way of doing things. Your subconscious mind can help you. You just as the subconscious mind of the successful non-fiction writer I just told you about helped himself. I must tell you, in that perspective, however, that creative ideas or inspiration will not come to you unless you first fill it up. Unless you first use your conscious mind to think intensively about the problem. if you want to receive inspiration or an intuitive puncher about how to do something, you must first of all be deeply interested in solving a specific problem, or finding a better way of doing things. You must think about the problem, gather all the information about it that you can, consider all the possible courses of action, just as I've already shown you. And above all, you must have a burning desire, yes, even an overpowering obsession to solve that problem. It is a maximum. It is a maximum that did it, it is a maximum that desire is the first law of the game. Without that burning desire, nothing worthwhile can't even be achieved. No problem will be solved after you've defined and isolated your problem, secure all the facts and information that you can about it, even it up seeing in your imagination that the desire and the end result, then turn everything over to your subconscious mind and get the solution for you. Further struggle and worry with your conscious mind will only delay the answer. Let me give you a concrete example of how well this method can work for you. I learned about this one on a trip I made through the West one year, as I stood with other tourists staring in a wide eye at the Grand Canyon, one of the world's largest dams, which is nearly a mile long and almost 2 foot of the football feels high. I wondered how it had been humanly possible to build such a tremendous structure. Then I heard the part God saved. Had it not been for the imagination of a young construction engineer who refused to accept defeat, the Grand Canyon Dam might have never had been built. You see, the engineers working on the project had run up against a seemingly unsolvable problem. They had reached the point of where the normal construction the methods would not work because of deep deposits of constantly shifting sand and mud. Tons of it poured into the newly excavated areas and tore out the problems and scaffoldings. All sorts of engineered techniques were tried without success. There seemed to be no possible answer to the problem, and the situation began to look completely hopeless. In fact, some of the best engineering minds in the business were just about ready to give up building the dam. Then one of the engineers had an inspiration. When I woke up this morning, a strange idea was in my mind. He said, "I know that it sounds crazy at first, but I think it would actually work. Let's drive pipes down through all that sand and the mud, and then we can circulate the refrigerant through the antifreeze and freeze the whole mess solid as a rock. When that's done, we won't have to worry about it coming down on top of us while we work." So they tried this idea almost as a last resort in a short time. The unmanageable and shifting wet sand and mud had been frozen into one huge solid rock. They could have built a skyscraper on it if they had wanted to. So the Grand Canyon Dam came into existence, and millions of people have benefited because one young engineer had a hunch and refused to accept defeat. Instead, he acted as if it were impossible to fail, and complete success was the end result. After I heard the park guy's story, I knew that the young engineer had gotten help from his subconscious mind to solve his problem, although he probably never realized where his ideas actually came from. How using the art of meditation can get the answer you need because of the influence of some Asian religious cults in the recent years. Some people think that meditation is associated with the occult and is actually unchristian. Nothing be further from the truth. To meditate simply means to think of or reflect deeply upon a particular subject. The doctor who was our family physician when I was young was a young when I was a child, always we retired to his study after he had finished his lunch to meditate on his problem cases. I receive the guidance I need from somewhere within me when I'm faced with a difficult case. He told me later then when I was older and went to him for advice before I started my college education at the University of Iowa. It is this daily dose of silence and meditation that I prescribe for myself that gives me the strength I need to help my patients. I could not survive without it. No matter what you decide to do for a living, young man, problems will come your way at times. You can't cope with them if you will learn to relax in a quiet place, meditate and wait for the right answers to come to you. You too can use meditation to solve many of your problems. Select a quiet place where you will not be interrupted. Clear your conscious mind of all worries and distractions and listen for that still small voice within to give you the answer that you need. Give yourself at least half an hour for your meditative session. Anything less than that will probably be of little use to you, for it takes time to clear your conscious thinking mind completely, so it will be receptive to the guidance you would receive from your subconscious mind. What does meditation actually do for you? It unclogs your conscious mind, so the perfect answer to your problem can come through to you from your subconscious mind. If you feel that this answer is coming to you from a source outside of yourself, say a higher power, which most people choose to call God, that's fine. I have no argument with that concept. Dr. Emmett Fox, one of the most prolific and widely read spiritual writers of all time, it says in fact that to meditate properly, you must stop thinking about your problem, whatever it is, and think about God instead. Dr. Fox says that if you will simply do this, the trouble will soon disappear. This religious or spiritual approach will work for you in solving your problems. Then of course by all means use it. Your answer no matter what it is. Yes, no matter what its origin or source will still be transmitted to your conscious mind, either by or through your subconscious mind. When you are sure that you have your answer, simply go ahead and do what needs to be done, no matter how absurd or about how ridiculous the answer might sound to you, unless it is obviously harmful to you or to someone else. You should follow your directions to the letter. Remember the blind man who washed in the pool of Siloam, or the construction engineer whose inspiration resulted in the Grand Calo Dam being built. Had they not followed their directions, they would both have failed to get the results they had wanted in that perspective. Kingslow Fitness, KINGZLO Fitness. This is Kingslow Fitness, Kingslow Fitness, KINGZLO Fitness. Reading this book over here, Hidden Power, How to Unleash the Power of Your Subconscious Mind. How sleeping on the problem can get results for you. Go to sleep, in other words. Go to sleep and wake up and see about those symbols and stuff right there. Let me get out of here. Kings before Second Fitness. Front yard scene right there in the dark. Stay in the dark. Get that battery light from the sunlight and get lit. And after hours and whatnot. It's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? I could have sworn that was the moon right there. That's some kind of light in the background. Oh yeah, there. So personal light in that perspective. So from this viewpoint, I'm in the dark right now. I see lights in my my eyeball in that perspective. I see dim lights in front of my face right there as the remaining lights get darker and darker. So it's like a different type of art scene in that perspective. It's in the dark. You feel me? If it was to draw this out, it'd be like on a black canvas or something. Which I got a few black canvases. Just put you know what I'm saying? Just use white chalk or some white pencil or some shit. If on a tablet, drawing in that perspective, going through the process the same way through Medibang in that perspective. That's how I do it with that up, that up. Anybody else would say Procreate or some other craziness. I'm using Medibang in that perspective. Use it up in that sense, going through the process of the drawing. That's the next step I should be going through after this, or even with this. Who knows? Get some videos in that perspective, going through the process on the live in that sense. I know the live at times it should take forever to the process and go back on the I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it after the fact. We got some characters passing by. Let them pass by real quick before you say anything next. I don't know what else to say. Good. Plenty to say. I have plenty to say right there. If I ain't reading my books, I should be in my head talking out loud or something right there. You know. It's darker. I can still see it from the ears. My ears can see. My ears could see that I was a female in that sense going passing by in that perspective. All I hear is background beat in my ears right now in that sense, and I don't feel like rocking right now, you feel me? I got my book open, so you know what I'm saying? I don't see no lights too bright out here and shit. And I was in the wreck altogether. Kingslow Fitness, KINGZLO Fitness. This fitness, Kingslow Fitness. Yo, there was a time they mentioned like it was a new moon or whatever. I come outside, I see like a full moon. I'm like, what the hell they talking about a new moon and shit? I think they mentioned after the fact. They tried to play it off. It was like, oh, so when the new moon come in, you're gonna catch a full moon somewhere in the mix of that shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, open the door. That shit was right there. It was I think it was the last month or the month before. That shit was bright as hell. One of them close up bright moons and stuff right there. It was a bright moon in that time frame. It was bright. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it wanted to. It's like it wanted to. Like it was a circular canvas to draw my face on or something. It was to put my face on the moon. A smile on my face. Everybody look up to my smile on the face on the moon. Look up at the smile on my face on the moon. Look at the smile on the face on the moon. That's my smile on the face on the moon. In that sense, what's up with these lights? So Popo passing by, going everywhere, patrolling this stuff. I see the lights from afar. I see the close up in that perspective. The time at the corner, it was right there in that sense. I thought it was me in that perspective after I went through this process of, you know how it go. process of smoking. It's ill debated up. Everywhere it smelled, the whole place smelled up in that perspective. Somebody call the cops. You know what I mean? So shit. Cops, you smell something. It's kind of harsh. That shit is mad harsh right there. You gotta come over here and smell that shit. You gotta come smell this craziness right there. It smells harsh over here. So crazy smell, some new shit. That's that new shit right there. Yo, we gotta call the cops right there so you can smell this shit and make sure this ain't no the crazy kind of ish right there. That shit was crazy. It was crazy. I thought it was something crazy, so I had to call the cops and make sure it wasn't crazy. That shit wasn't crazy. cops on something like they must have been a little paranoid, calling 911 on the character from smelling up from unknown smoke. The smoke is not clear. That shit is very it's different kind of fragrance. That shit is heavy as shit. All on the block in that perspective. We gotta call the cops. Call the cops in that sense. That shit was mad heavy. All I see is the whites in my teeth like a wolf. I hear the beat in that perspective in that sense too. It goes like this. I go in the beat maker and start dropping some more beats in that sense altogether. Get that practical going like I'm programming and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Practice. It should be like, I shouldn't make it like programming, you know what I'm saying? Like freestyle that craziness. Now that I know I know a good amount of a program, it's got a problem solved. It's problem solving time. It's problem solving time. Creation problems. Create something in that sense. Role playing perspective. Where is a question be answered in that sense for the next line of code. That makes sense. Getting exhausted. Or the rotate device. Having on thing right there. Getting bored. I'm gonna continue maybe a little bit more. It's like the guitar's in my head or some shit. It's all in my head. It's only 10:16. It's 10 o'clock. House sleeping on the problem. Oh man. I think I'm gonna let this go on the stuff right there. This is kind of cool. Got this. It's like pitch black. Got the light beaming in my face, in my chest area. They say my upper torso or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. I can just go over this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can continue something else right there. You know what I mean? Open up another piece right there. This one is called Save the Cat. Save the Cat. It's a book on writing right there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I went all the way back to the forward and shit. I know I read up a good amount of this craziness right there. I ain't reading no forward. Let me see, got some highlights right there. We got some character names and whatever. Let me see something real quick. It says introduction. Let's see what he got on the introduction. What you got for me on the introduction right there? Another book on screenwriting. I'm sure that's what many of you are thinking. And to an extent that you're right. There are lots of good screenwriting how to's out there. And if you want to see where it all began, look to the master Sid Field, who started it all and taught everybody. That's why I highlighted the name, right? I guess, right? The one who started it all in that perspective. Technically speaking, right? That's not technically speaking. There were other really good books with a course and courses too, many of which I've sampled. I like Vicky King's book with the improbable title of how to write a movie in 21 days. Improbable, yes, but I've done it and sold the script. I wrote it too. I also value General Joseph Campbell's work. Hero with 1,000 Faces remained the best book about storytelling ever. And I got the book. I even read that shit too tough right there. Joseph Campbell, how hero with 1,000 faces, hero with 1,000 faces. Everybody talk about that book right there. You know what I'm saying? I got the book right there. You know what I mean? I should go get the book. And of course, I have soul spot for Robert McKee for the value of his class performance. If nothing else, McKee is like a John Houseman in the paper chase. And if you're an aspiring screenwriter, you have to take at least one seminar from him. It's too great a piece of theater to miss. Yo, real talk though, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, like, not the way how Hollywood be writing shit up, but you know what I'm saying, like some of these actual directors, how they wrote Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, blah blah blah. That's what I've been going over for time to time, back and forth with the art. I went it up finally for one who watched it up, who's watched lots of movies, watched lots of movies, and seen enough bad ones to think I can do that. I could do that. Oh, you may assume you don't need how to write a screenplay book at all. So why this one? Why now? And why can't I tell why can't and why can't I tell you things you've never heard of anywhere else that will make a difference in your script. To begin with, to begin with, what I've never seen under the. I think now it's time to change my beat in this background. All up in my ears in that sense. What's the name of this one right here? Change it up in that perspective. Go to these various banks right there. See, hopefully it's rocking in that sense right there. Oh man. Is that one beat that I got right there, and I can't even find that, or did something wrong, and it's like I might have to start that shit all over again. Gotta remake that shit again. The one that's infamous, only it had to be the infamous piece right there. I gotta do all over again and shit. I gotta do over, gotta do over. That piece all over again. That's all good. You know what I'm saying? Repetition is the key right there. You feel me? I don't even know this beat. This beat ain't even saying nothing right there. That one ain't saying nothing. Let me see something. 2000 March Magic Line and beat. These are back last year, 2021 pieces right there. 2021. Loading these sessions up and trying to go into my ears right there. I gotta get back to these. I gotta recreate shit. These I ain't feeling them not too much. They cool, but I gotta do some more. I gotta create something else right there. Underscore loop 4. So right now I'm in Beatmaker joint, Beatmaker 3. Playing some of these beats that I created in my ears. It's all in my ears right now in that sense right there. It's all in my ears. It's the same shit. What kind of shit is this? Yo, I know this is supposed to be playing right now, not playing right there. What's good? It's like two of these pieces right there. One of them is the infamous joint, and I'm trying to figure this shit out. Help me out with the information. This is Beatmaker 3. I'm trying to find out. Yo, it's like the pattern is being played. The pattern is being played, and there's no music in the back. I don't hear shit. It's not on mute or nothing. None of these pieces is on mute. The bars is on +0. So it's on point right there, but nothing is being played. It's even the main beat right there. C1 joint. It's like it's not even on mute, or it's on not even solo piece right there. Press and play. Not even press play. That shit is looping right there. So it's looping. You know what I'm saying? It's looping, but nothing is going on right. Nothing is being played. That shit don't make no sense. I see the beats per minute is like rocking. The beats per minute 122, and it's like it's a C1 pattern joint. Let me see C1. What's goody? So I get into that pattern real quick. So I'm all in there. It's like, let me see something. I mean, it's looping, it's going somewhere, but shit ain't playing. I don't hear no music. I got nothing right now. I got nothing in my ears right now. I got no kind of. It's looping. It's like I can't even press the pads. Nothing going on the pads in the 9s. So I gotta let this, not let it go. Gotta figure shit out for this piece right here. Bendy Bass GN1 sample chop 17 joint, I guess. There are all kinds of names, right? Okay, let me see this one again. Wait. This one's kind of sound a little bit. Hold up. This ain't even me. No, that's not even me. Never mind. Yo, real talk, I thought that was me for a minute. I ain't go that deep yet in that sense right there. I ain't go that deep yet in that perspective. I'm like, wait, that's me right there. No, that's not me. That shit was lit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I got sample that right there to be like, all right, so I got reached certain levels right there in that perspective. That shit was sounding cool. You know what I'm saying? I let that go for a minute. Let me sample the next one real quick before then. And shit. Like, let me see something. Load that next session. That shit was cool. Fucking hearing shit, I'm thinking that was me. And then mad shit started popping up in the mix right there. Like the next one. So I guess that's what they want me to do right there. They want if I want to take it to the next level, I need to hear next level shit. I need to hear this next level pieces right there on the stuff. So it's like two of them so far. So, you know what I'm saying? Two of them pieces so far. And here go the one that I created all together. I thought this was they shit. This is my shit. My first session, technically speaking. Hold up. Bring it back into play. I was looking for this one in particular, but it's, you know, somehow it got lost in the mix. Let me see how this rocks right there. Let me see here. This one's about like some acknowledgement shit. Fast forward, nigga. What is it? What is it? We've all had this experience. A Saturday night, and you and your friends have decided to see a movie. One of you is picked to read the choices from the newspaper, while the others listen to it and deciding. And if you are an inspiring respect screenwriter, you're about to learn a very important lesson. If you ever had to honor the honor, if you ever been the one elected to read the film choices for a group of gathered friends. Congratulations, you have now had the experience of pitching a movie. Just like the pros, and just like the pros, you have been faced with the same problem. Yes, the film stars George Clooney. Sure, it's got amazing special effects, of course. But Rupert give it 2 thumbs up. But what's it about? If you can't answer that question, you know it pretty quickly. If what the movie is about and isn't clear from the poster and the title, what you are going to say to describe it. Usually what you're left with standing there, newspaper in hand, is telling your friends everything about the movie, that it's not what you heard, what People magazine said. So cockeyed retelling of the plot that the story revealed on Letterman, and odds are that the end of that rather feeble explanation, your friends will say what filmmakers everywhere fear the most. What else is playing? What else is playing? Or because you couldn't answer a simple question, what is it? Is the name of the game. What is it? Is the movie is the movie a good? What is it? Is the coin of the realm. Let's cut to Monday morning on Hollywood. The results are in from the week, are from the yeah. Going over my head of this beat and all kind of the results over from the weekend. I gotta go back over this piece in that perspective right now. Let's let this flow in my ears for now. Turn this issue off right there. I'm overboarding this shit right now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, not really. It didn't even touch an hour yet. It's an hour in just now. A couple of seconds, niggas. About to turn an hour and that's like 30 seconds, nigga. Hey, turn this shit off, though. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Stop streaming. Stop streaming. Stop this crazy.